and welcome to another episode of the Port Crag. Today I'm going to be talking about how to escape the system when you're tied in to anchors that are beyond your reach. So out of reach anchors. So you might have 2 or 3 that you're tied into by the rope, and then you've got to escape to get out of the system for some reason, perhaps abseil down to your mate. So it's escaping the system with anchors out of reach. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to tie off the belay device. So tie it off over the back bar. I've done other videos to show you how you do that, but essentially you're tying 2 hitches and a back bar locker. So having tied that off, next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a climb heist with a 120mm sling to draw all of the ropes coming from the belay, from the anchors, together. So I'm going to use the whole of the 120m sling and wrap it ever so neatly all the way around. So you've got a loop from your sling at the top and you tie it using the whole sling all the way down. You then take the loop from the bottom of the sling through the top of the sling, and then you clip that with a screw gate carabiner so that you've created a climb heist anchor. So this is a climb heist knot, and it's essentially where you've got the bottom of the prusik going through the top of the prusik. Next thing that I'm going to do is create another prusik, a French prusik, using my prusik loops, and that's so that that can be released under load. So you wrap that round the live rope, you wrap it all the way around the live rope. You clip a screw gate onto it, and then you take another 120cm sling all the way back to the climb heist anchor. From that point, I'm going to tie another screw gate onto the climb heist anchor. This is going to help us to get out of the system, and then I'm going to link that in with the dead rope with an Italian hitch. So always doing the screw gates up. So I've now got an Italian hitch from the dead rope up to the climb heist anchor. Having done that, and the weight is on the French prusik, I can then start to undo the belay device. So the knot that's holding the belay device in across the back bar, I can undo that and very carefully let the weight go on to the prusik, making sure that we don't have any slippage. I'm then going to take in the slack from the climb heist anchor Italian hitch, and when I've got just a little bit of slack left in the system, I'll take out the belay device. So you notice that I'm now out of the system. I'm going to tie off the Italian hitch with a slippery hitch and 2 half hitches. There we go, slippery hitch and 2 half hitches. Having done that, I'll now untie myself from my original double figure of 8. You'll notice here that I've got a cow's tail, which is clipped me in through my harness loop into the climb heist anchor, the climb heist master point, climb heist anchor. So I'm still safe, I'm still tied into the system, but just not via my belay device anymore. I'm then going to rethread my figure of 8, my original figure of 8. I'm going to rethread that through the master point, the main master point, so that I'm left with, as you can see, my 2 clove hitches going up to my anchors, and then a rethreaded figure of 8 down to the bottom of my new master point. I'm now going to clip myself into the new master point, which will be the strong point, the master point. I can release now the loaded prusik and unclip it from the climb heist anchor, and then clip it into the strong anchor, the main anchor, the one with the rethreaded figure of 8 on it. I'll then tighten up the prusik again, and making sure that we always do up the screw gate. I'm then going to make sure that I'm tied in there. I'm tied into the new anchor, and put a new screw gate in and a new Italian hitch. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to move the anchor from the climb hoist anchor down to the main strong point anchor. So I'm untying the slippery hitch and the 2 half hitches, and just as I did before where I was getting the belay device out of the system, I'll get the climb hoist anchor out of the system, taking in the slack, and never letting go of that dead rope. You notice I never let go of that dead rope at all until it's tied off with a slippery hitch and 2 half hitches. Making sure with these slippery hitches and 2 half hitches that you always include the dead rope in the system. You always loop that in so that the dead rope is tied into the 2 half hitches. Now in a position where I can start to get rid of some stuff, so I get rid of the climb hoist, just making it really tidy, putting it on my harness, get rid of the Prusik. Everything is all loaded up now, and tying it away nice and tidily on my anchor, making sure that you never at this point unhitch yourself from the anchor. Remember, you've got to make yourself safe at all times. And now put a screw gate onto the main strong point anchor, because I'm going to start building my abseil now. So building the abseil, that's just an overhand knot on a bight, and I'm clipping that into the strong point anchor. And as you can see, I've got the tied off figure of 8, and that's going to my climber, and then I've got a new abseil rope coming down off a new screw gate. Send the rope down the crag, shouting rope below. Obviously you don't want it to hit your mate that's further down there. I'm now going to put an extended abseil device, so it's extended onto my cow's tail. So I'm going to extend that and attach that into the abseil rope. I'm now going to put a Prusik round as well to safeguard myself as I go down. That goes onto the abseil rope below the abseil device. Note here that how the abseil device is extended, so it's coming off my cow's tail onto a knot at about 1/3 of the way up the 120 centimetres line. Screw gate through both ends of the French Prusik and clip that into your harness loop. It's just letting you see a nice tidy Prusik. So everything should now be in place, and doing a quick check on all the bits in the system. You load up the system, making sure that the Prusik is holding and not interfering with the abseil device, and then abseil down. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed that video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Perhaps you might want to subscribe to the channel, share it with other friends. I hope to put up Port Crags every now and then that just help me to understand that I know what I know about improvised rope work. I hope that you find them helpful, but if you do really want to learn about this, then I recommend that you get an AMI approved, an Association of Mountain Instructor approved and qualified mountain instructor to teach you how to do it. Thanks ever so much, take care and have a wonderful time in the hills. Keep safe.